Monica, you think Serena has it in her to win another major?
This one breaks my heart, Charlie and Perk. I mean, we have literally watched Serena be fantastic over the course of her career, and it was heart-wrenching to watch this yesterday. Unfortunately, I do think that Father Time, injuries, and the growth of the game, credit to Serena and Venus in terms of more quality talent in the pipeline. I don't think that Serena is going to break the record in terms of Grand Slams. The competition continues to get better, to her credit, as she has set the bar so high. And we know that she just continues to struggle physically at this point in her career. So sadly, I hope this wasn't the last time that we saw her. I do hope she gets to go out a little bit more gracefully, unless, of course, she decides to bow out now, which we would totally respect. But I don't know that she's going to get the Grand Slam record.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go another route with it, okay? And far as praising Serena Williams today. And I'm going to say this. She could show up to every major tennis event and lose in the first round, have an early exit, and it don't even matter. You know why? Because she's one of the greatest athletes of all time. She's sitting up there on Mount Rushmore. So at the end of the day, what she did for tennis, what she did for the culture, is second to none. So I don't even care, right? It hurt my heart to see her go out the way she did because of injury. But at the end of the day, Serena Williams is already cemented what she did for tennis, for the culture. I just want to applaud her for it and give her flowers.
Name another athlete that was in a Beyonce video, y'all. You can't. Okay, that is her greatness.
Okay, so she's almost broken a record, 23 Grand Slam titles, been in a Beyonce video, nothing that this woman cannot do. Monica, is she the most dominant athlete of the 2000s?
You know, we get great questions on First Take. Shout out to our producers. I went digging for some people that might be comparable, and I came up short. It continues to be Serena Williams, the class of the 2000s. You look at how much winning she did, right? You 1, 2, skip a few. Every other year, if not every year, she was picking up a title. She's got 22 major titles on her career. She's got 8 Wimbledon victories. That's only one behind her sister, who has 9 of those. But not only did she win in singles competition, she won in the doubles competitions as well. And so in terms of racking up the hardware, last summer when that video went viral of her in her trophy room, and she was casually like, oh, we don't keep second place around here. Like, not many people have that trophy room. So between it being an individual sport, between how much she dominated this sport, hands down in terms of cleaning up all that hardware, it's really hard for me to think of anybody else that was as dominant over the course of the 2000s.
Well, Monica, let me help you out, okay?
Please.
And it's a guy by the name of Floyd Mayweather, okay? Floyd
I know
Mayweather.
him.
And I get it. He may not be the people's champ. I know he's flamboyant. A lot of people don't love him. They don't like what he do. A lot of people don't applaud his approach and his arrogancy and everything else about it. But when it comes to him boxing and mastering the sport of boxing, he has done it like no other. I mean, he has 0 flaws offensively and defensively. He's a cultural icon to all the upcoming boxers. Everyone wants to be like Floyd. By the way, 13-0 in the year 2000s, right? For his title runs, right? 5 KOs. And when you talk about it in 4 different weight classes, that's incredible. And it's just, you know, when we think about Floyd, we think about how he's a self-made guy, entrepreneur, don't need anybody, is not endorsed by anybody, don't have endorsements. He boasts and he brags. But when it comes down to boxing and it comes down to one of the greatest to ever do it, Floyd Mayweather is standing up there with the best of them. And it's one of the most brutal sports in sports history, in sports, right? You know, you standing one deep, you at any given second, you could get knocked out, you could get knocked down. He never got knocked down, he barely gets hit. At the end of the day, he's undefeated. He don't even know what losing is. He's never taken a loss. So I'm going with Floyd Mayweather as the most dominant athlete in 2000.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.